And the Seattle Seahawks have selected. So with the 121st pick in the 2024 NFL Draft, the Seattle Seahawks have taken A.J. Barner, a tight end out of the Michigan Wolverines. This will be a pick that will surprise many on this board here at this spot, but this is a player that I actually like quite a bit. I believe that A.J. Barner is right there step for step being probably the best blocking tight end in this draft. Maybe you could say that it was Tip Ryman that you might give a little bit of the tip of the nod to, but he's there right with Tip Ryman as one of the best blocking tight ends in this draft. Not utilized much as a pass catcher with Michigan, but that wasn't as much his fault because, of course, Michigan, has other guys they're wanting to throw to, and they don't throw the ball very much. And so nobody was really going to be highly productive as a pass catcher, be a receiver or a tight end in that offense. But this guy was the closest guy in this draft, I thought, to a Will Disley skill set in so many respects, where he can catch the ball, he can run some routes, he's got pretty sure hands. He's a good contested catcher. Guys banging him as the ball's coming in. You got short spaces down there for tight ends as far as the amount of room they have to actually create separation on their routes. Really good on all that stuff. And he's an absolute dog when it comes to the blocking. And not as much of a pass blocker, but as a run blocker, he will take a defensive end and he will take that defensive end on a ride. He has that legitimate type of strength. So if you look at this going forward into next season, you can go to sometimes some 2 tight end sets where you've got Pharaoh Brown, who's one of your better blocking tight ends in the NFL. And now you got maybe one of the better blocking tight ends in this draft in A.J. Barner, and you're putting them on the outside, and you're going to be able to move some people off the ball in your 12 personnel packages. So I do like this pick from that standpoint. I think this guy's got a little bit more upside in his game and what he can bring to the table, and he will bring NFL blocking ability from day one. And that catching upside, I think, again, is there's something there within that because of Michigan's lack of use with some of their target catchers. I think they have a tight end, too, that's kind of an up-and-coming guy that's going to be really the bright prospect next year for them as far as a real draft pick that's taken high. So he had to kind of play second fiddle to that as well as not being on top and not being targeted much. Also kind of being behind the, ultra talented tight end that's there. But this guy can play. He can play. And there's a little bit of upside here to his game. Getting a guy like this that can block as well as he can block is a great talent to have. And now with Pharaoh and him on the outside, you're going to be able to take some power look setups here. You're going to be able to go power at times and really go downhill on some teams. So not a sparkling pick necessarily. There's some players that I know many fans out there maybe wanted a little bit more at this spot. Jaden Hicks, maybe Jeremiah Trotter Jr., but I do understand why they take this player here is this guy is a legitimate tight end in this league and what he's able to bring. And it's hard to always find these tight ends that can block. When you look through this draft, there's a lot of pass catchers. There's a lot of yak tight ends like Jaheim Bell. But there's not a lot of guys that you can trust to go and take an edge and hit that block and land that block and be able to strongly set it in there without getting run backwards or just thrown away. That's the skill set he provides here. It is going to be of some value, a little bit of upside on top of that. I like the pick.